Good morning, everybody. It is a beautiful, beautiful, sunny, crisp Saturday here in Fort Walton Beach, Florida, for those of you who are in other parts of the country. And I apologize for this video coming on a day late. I did shoot a video yesterday, but we had some technical errors trying to upload it to the computer. So today we're going to do yesterday's video, and then we'll go ahead and post on Saturday and Sunday instead of doing the Thursday and Friday version. So today we're going to talk about cancer. Yesterday, our last video, we talked about heart disease. And I think that cancer in the last year or two has overtaken heart disease as the #1 killer in the country. And according to the book that we're reviewing, about 1,500 people a day are dying from cancer. Now, it's important to understand that almost a third of the cancer deaths are related to lifestyle, according to this source. And so, again, we can have a strong effect on our health. And a lot of these cancers are, the actual cause of it is related to lifestyle. So in other words, if you have a poor lifestyle and you get cancer, you have a much higher morbidity rate. But you can also, having a poor lifestyle can contribute to you getting cancer. So what happens with cancer and the way that it occurs in your body, the analogy given in this book was I feel it was a good one. It's kind of like a pack of wolves that are hunting, and I don't know what wolves hunt. We'll say antelope. Okay, so they go and they're sneaking up on the antelope, and they charge the herd of the antelope. So what ends up happening is either the slowest antelope or the weakest or the youngest, whichever one is the easiest target, the wolves attack that one. Okay, so in other words, they go after the weakest link of the herd. Well, it's the very same thing with your body. What happens with cancer is it attacks the weakest cells in your body. So if you have a weak organ, or something that's weakened by toxins in the environment, or weakened by lifestyle, then that's the cells of the cell that the cancer is going to attack. And what happens is every single day in our body, we are creating cancer cells. And what a cancer cell is an abnormal cell that forms in a tissue in the body that is not that tissue. So for example, in the liver, you'll have an abnormal liver cell, and they reproduce. And as they reproduce, they become tumors. And these are abnormal liver cells that do not perform liver functions. And that tumor continues to grow, and eventually it'll take over that liver. So the body is constantly making these cancer cells and then constantly getting rid of these cancer cells through the immune system. So the immune system is critical. And there are several steps that we can take to support our immune system, and we're going to talk about that in a few minutes. But that's how cancer develops. It develops in a body with a weakened system, weakened cells, and then the immune system is unable to overcome those cells and allows the cancer to grow. Okay? So the cost, let's see if I can find the total here. Anyway, we'll go into that in a second. But so one of the first things that we can do, actually I'm going to talk about more about the current treatments. Current treatments for cancer are, drugs and surgery. And, I pray that none of you ever have to face cancer for yourself or someone in your family. I pray that I never have to face cancer for myself or someone in my family, because the treatments are almost as bad as the disease. Surgical intervention, a lot of time, is a good option if you can get rid of the tumor and they can get it all out. Then that's a pretty good option. But then you get into the chemical treatment, the chemo, the radiation, and those things are all designed to destroy your immune system and to destroy your this cancer cell. But unfortunately, that also destroys a lot of the cells in your body. So the long-term effects of these things are very, very detrimental. So the best thing to do, really, is to do everything that you can to avoid getting cancer. Okay, it's a destructive disease, and everything that you can do to avoid it should be done. The cost for a family of 4, again, heart disease we talked about was $5,520 a year. So basically that comes out to $460 a month. For cancer, it's $240 a month for a family of 4. Now again, these costs come in the form of higher copays, higher insurance premiums, higher taxes, and higher prices on consumer goods, because the companies are floating the bill for a lot of their patients. So, we feel that, whether we recognize where it's coming from or not, we do feel this. $240 a month for a family of 4 we go to pay for cancer care in this country. $460 for cardiovascular disease. You cannot avoid it. That's almost $700 a month that we're paying in lifestyle-related diseases. That could be a house payment, or at least part of a house payment, or a car payment, insurance payment. That could do so much for us. So if we can affect our health and get ourselves well, and make less sick people, then we can have a pretty good impact on the country. Okay, so we talked about the current treatments. So what can you do to avoid cancer? Well, there are several lifestyle things that you can do. And again, it's best to avoid getting cancer. Number one, don't use tobacco. Okay, this is a very, very sore subject for me. Number one, when I see people that smoke, because it's a total lifestyle issue. And I understand the difficulty in overcoming that. And I'm not offering a judgment on this, but this is something that we can control. And if you can get over smoking, you'll make a huge difference on your life. You're going to heal quicker. You're going to improve your lung function. You're going to improve your immune system. You're going to improve so many different things. But 90% of all deaths from lung cancer come from smoking. Okay, 90%. And lung cancer is the leading cause of death in men and women from cancer. So every time you smoke a cigarette, you're inhaling 60 known carcinogens, 60 known carcinogens. Every time you smoke a cigarette, you're putting that into your body, and eventually your body's going to have to give into it. So please, 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 if you can, please try to stop smoking and get away from that. But more importantly, and this one I am very, very, very passionate about and very serious about. I see patients that come into my office, or I see people walking around Walmart, or I see people, in all different places smoking cigarettes around their kids. Okay, please don't smoke around your kids. Secondhand smoke kills 3,000 people a year. Okay, and kids' lungs are still developing. And if you're smoking in the car with your kids, you're killing them. Okay, please, if you have to smoke, smoke outside of the house, smoke outside of the car. Keep the cigarette smoke away from your kids. You are killing them. Please don't be selfish about this, please. I'm sorry if I'm offending anybody here, but hopefully it'll put some sense into you to get it away from the kids. I grew up in a smoking household and it was miserable. I smelled like smoke all the time. I'd walk into the living room and you could see a haze about my chest level that was nothing but cigarette smoke, okay? It's disgusting for your kids. It can kill your kids. Please don't smoke around your kids. Okay, off my soapbox. Okay, so avoid tobacco. That will make a huge difference in your risk of cancer. Also, avoid overexposure to the sun. We live here in Florida. We all like to have a tan. The sun is good for you. Don't get me wrong. Please don't avoid the sun. But, stay out of the sun between 10 and 3, 4 o'clock during the day, because then you're getting that intense radiation. Anytime in the morning, anytime after 4 o'clock, get out there and enjoy it. Your body needs the vitamin D. It energizes you. There's so many benefits from the sun, but just avoid it during those intense times of day. And also avoid tanning beds, because they can give you the same effect. They recommend a lot wearing sunscreen. I'm not real big on sunscreen simply because of the chemicals that are in the sunscreen. It's better to wear clothing that'll cover you and keep yourself shaded. Okay? Maintain a healthy weight. People that are obese and have cancer have a much higher morbidity rate. In other words, they have a much higher chance of dying from the cancer. So maintain a healthy weight. Spinal alignment. Studies have shown that within minutes after a chiropractic adjustment, the immune system starts to kick in and starts to function. And I tell all of you that after adjustments. But science has shown that measuring antibodies in the saliva actually increases after an adjustment. So your body's kicking out these antibodies. So if you maintain that spinal alignment and maintain the immune system through that, you can help fight off these cancer cells, okay? So please maintain your regular chiropractic adjustments. Exercise. Exercise is critical. It helps keep the weight off, helps release endorphins, it helps deliver oxygen to the cells. Cancer has a very difficult time surviving in an oxygen-dense environment. So, exercise is very, very important. And it also reduces the risk of cancer of the prostate, the colon, the rectum, the uterus, the ovaries, and the breasts. So exercise is very, very important. And nutrition, as always, nutrition is critical. Maintain a healthy diet, eat 5 servings of healthy fruits and vegetables. Try to eat organic as much as possible to avoid the chemicals that they use in the raising of the cattle and the vegetation with the pesticides. And healthy thinking. Stress can definitely affect your immune system, which, as we've already discussed, affects the cancer. Okay, so let's do these things. Let's help prevent cancer from starting in the first place. And next time we're going to talk about diabetes, which is a very, very, very controllable situation. Okay, my hope for you is that you take control of your health before your health takes control of you, and we'll see you guys next time. Have a great day. Bye-bye.